So the Super Saiyan Canelo Alvarez Rainbow Coalition is caught in their feelings over Steven Jackson in an interview that he did on Fight Hype. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and see what's got these guys, so upset.
Steven, you got any favorite fighter or fighters that you like to watch?
I don't have a favorite fighter. I like the boxing. I like the game of boxing. And I just like watching the best fight the best. The best that don't fight the best, I'm not a fan of those guys. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say no name. But when the best fight the best, that's the fighters I am.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You got to know. Well, I'm not going to say no names, but everybody know who is dodging, the Charlos, the Earl Spences and the Bud Crawfords. We know who's dodging those type of guys, right? So we're not going to say nothing about that. But at the same time, I'm a boxing fan. I'm going to forever watch boxing. I like everybody.
Jack, you got some hands yourself. We've seen in your NBA career.
Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, how is it Steven Jackson's fault if he says he's not a fan of fighters not fighting the best? And he didn't say anybody's name. And the general public and even Canelo Alvarez fans feels like that's Canelo he's talking about. That's nobody's fault but your ass and Canelo Alvarez. Who the fuck you gonna blame for that? He didn't say anybody's name. So you can't say that he said anything about anybody other than his opinion and how he personally feels about watching the sport. That should be a big red flag to you as part of the Canelo Alvarez Rainbow Coalition. A big red flag, okay? Because you can't blame anybody for the public perception of Canelo Alvarez other than Canelo Alvarez and you. That's all you can do. Because this is the thing. He said Errol Spence, has people not accused Errol Spence of ducking Terrence Bud Crawford? He said Terrence Crawford. Have Errol Spence fans not accused Terrence Bud Crawford of ducking Errol Spence? He said Charlo. Wasn't Jamal Charlo just on Hot Boxing with Mike? You know what I'm saying? Not wanting to call anybody out, getting criticized out the wazoo. All those people can be accused of ducking by either opinion or fan base. Okay? And because somebody from the media yelled Canelo Alvarez, you guys get extra sensitive when everybody that was named there can be on that side of the fence, give and take who you talking to. So why, out of everybody, you feel more offended? Because at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez is a cherry pie champion, not a franchise champion, a cherry pie champion, straight up. And you know what the funny part about this is? Whoever you feel he's talking about, that's not Steven Jackson's fault. That's your own fucking guilty conscience. If when he says he's not a fan of fighters that don't fight the best, that you feel is Canelo Alvarez.
I think a lot of people are wondering why you did not want to fight Gennady Golovkin.
any favorite fighter or fighters that you like to watch?
I don't have a favorite fighter. I like the boxing. I like the game of boxing. And I just like watching the best fight the best. The best that don't fight the best, I'm not a fan of those guys. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say no name.
Now, before you Canelo fans go, riddle me this. Can you explain to me how a fight with Sergey Kovalev, a fight that you guys praise and said it was a great feat and Canelo was chasing greatness and y'all give him all the praise for this win. Can you tell me how, don't you think it seems a little ironic that the same fight that most people said looked fixed, from boxing critics to professional boxers, is also the same fight that Sergey Kovalev calls you an ignoramus for ever believing he could have won? Don't you find that funny? Like somebody feel like, man, this fight looks fixed. And then the person that Canelo fight call all of you who praise Canelo for beating him, he calls all you ignoramuses for even believing he could win. Tell me, is that the best fight in the best? When a man openly admits that he takes a fight for financial reasons with no intention and no hopes or dreams of ever winning, enters a fight with the so-called pound for pound #1 fighter and gets knocked out, and you guys say that was an amazing feat, that was a great fight, that was a tough win, he's fighting the best? How could you ever fight the best when the man who stepped in the ring said that he wasn't at his best and had no intentions on winning? That's probably what people are talking about when they talk about they want to see the best fight the best. That's just a suggestion.